Hello and welcome to our live stream for February the 1st of 2019. In this video, we are going to answer the question, why would you call for a Bitcoin breakout now? And so let's start off. The second question we'll answer is, why would you call for a Bitcoin breakout now? But before we do that, let's go through this disclaimer. You can pause the video and read through all the details here. It says that I'm not an investment advisor and this is just for educational purposes. If you'd like, you can go over to intro-to-cryptos.ca and you can download the trading plan that we're using in this video. The mainstay of this video is going to go through all of the cryptocurrencies on Poloniex, and we're going to update our spreadsheet. What you can see here before you is a spreadsheet that shows the bullishness or bearishness of the market. This orange line going up is very bearish. If the yellow line and the green line goes up, those are very bullish. The dark green line is neutral. And what we've been doing is filling out a spreadsheet of all of these different cryptocurrencies and keeping track of which ones fit which trading condition based on our trading plan. And so we have a color coding here that you can see that gray is neutral, yellow is an alert. That means that, hey, wake up, this could be an order, this could be a trading signal. Green is something that was an alert that's turned into a buy. Blue is exit. After we've had it as an alert and it turned into a buy, then it turned into an exit, a cold fish, we color that blue. Any markets that are near lows or making new lows are either marked as a near fail or a fail. So a fail could also be a sell signal. If you are holding the coin, that would be a sell signal. If you could short the market, that could be a short trade going on. Hey Limar, good to have you here. I didn't announce this anywhere. I just started the live stream. And I want to keep up with this spreadsheet because it tells us which is coming up, the bull market. And if you're not keeping up with it regularly, it doesn't have as much power. So today is February 1st. So at least every couple days, I want to come in here and update this spreadsheet so that we have all this data current. And if you're interested in this kind of data, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you find this information on this video interesting, click the thumbs up button. Get the word out, help other people. This is an important time in cryptocurrency bottom formations, and people who are paying attention are going to benefit big time. That's my bias. So anyway, this is neutral. And it's neutral because it's in between its 1, 2, 3 bottom formation floating along here, but it will soon turn into an alert if prices are starting to push up against these levels. And it would turn into a near fail if it was to be coming down to these lower levels. And then we would know overall, are all the cryptos kind of going into a bull phase or all of them going into a down phase? We can sort of average out our studies after a while. Basic attention token. It was neutral. It should have been a near fail last time, but it's a near fail today. Bancor network token BNT. Jump out of me. There we go. It is as a fail right now. So I wouldn't be going short the market, but I wouldn't be buying it, and it's coming down to new lows, and that for me is a fail. That's a sell signal to get out when it's coming down from previous lows to new lows. Okay, I have to get out and wait for it to make a bottom formation now that I can do something and trade on. BCH ABC, we had talked about this one being a fail, and sure enough, it has come down to a fail. I'm going to leave it as a near fail because it doesn't look like it's going immediately down from here, but it's weak. Here's another one. I'm going to put this as a fail. just because of the chart formation and pressing against these lows. It doesn't look good at all. BCN. Not expecting a trading signal in this one. Longer term, no, it's still hanging out. I'm going to put it as a near fail as well, just because it's down at those low levels and I want this data to be as complete as possible. Now for Bitcoin, I've been going over to Bitfinex and looking at the chart here. This chart on the 12-hour bar is not giving us a sell signal. It's not giving us the fail anymore. But I'm going to have to put it as a near fail because it's not giving us enough of a turnaround to say that it is neutral even. It's not pulled up enough off this historical bottom here for me to give it a neutral ranking on this chart here. And I want it to be better than that. BitShares, however, is as close to an alert as it can get without being one. And I'll put it as neutral, but note that probably next time as I'm going through this whole scan, that might be up to an alert. So here is burst, and I'm going to leave it as an alert. It's looking pretty good. It's not suffering like many of the others. Clam we had as a sell, and it's been a sell for a while. Sure enough, I would still say it is a fail and an opportunity to even short that market just by the look of the chart because it's pressing down against these lows. If it was a few ticks higher, I might not give it that fail sign. Civic Coin, I got to give it a near fail. It's pushing downward instead of giving us any kind of strength here. Then Dash, I think would be neutral. Well, no, I'm going to have to give it a near fail as well. It's pushing down against these number 3 levels. That's not good. It should be giving us more power than that. So the answer to our question, why would you put on a... This is also looking like a near fail. Wow, that's sad. Why would you put on an alert on Bitcoin when everything else is starting to look terrible? Okay, this one is... Oh, because it's got a bit of a green candle there, I'm going to leave it as neutral, but it's been hovering on neutral and near fail for a while. Doge we had as a near fail, got to keep it there, even though I'm bullish on Doge in the long term. That chart is pressing against lows and can't deny. Well, this one stays neutral. If it was pressing against these lows, I'd have to say it's a near fail, but it maintains its neutral status. And making a nice range, actually, a nice line above and a nice line below. Very clear levels. I like to see those things shape up over time. Ethereum Classic is also a near fail. It's down at the 1, 2, 3 point. On the 12-hour bars, that's not looking good. So I have to put it as a near fail. Ethereum. Do I run out of room here? Slide that over. Ethereum. I got to give it a near fail, even though I think it's consolidating for a turnaround. We nailed it pretty good the other day with the fail. We knew that was coming up on the 27th. We could see it coming and marking it as a fail. Now, hopefully it's consolidating and going the other way, but at this range of view, it's not done enough to get it anywhere up to neutral yet. Factum, I'd like to see it do some of these bounces here, but it's pressing against these levels that right now, those alerts don't look like they will manifest. In fact, they look like a near fail right there. Foam, I'll leave it as neutral. It bounced up and has pulled back a little bit. It would have to create a much different formation for me to give it a different signal now. This one is still an alert. It's been an alert for a few days. Gas, and I love that triangle there. Gas is actually a near fail. It's really pushing down against these 1, 2, 3. Now it's down to a new lower number 3 point. So it's a near fail, which doesn't mean it's going to be a sell signal right away. For this, I would, but it could be. This trend line is really important. Even though it's a short time frame, that it broke that trend line after making this consolidation is important to get to know those patterns. Ooh, pardon me, had a big sneeze there. And here we are with Golem Network Token, and this is looking like a fail still. All right, this one really had a lot of fake out breakouts all the way down here. Fake out breakout here, nice fake out breakout here, fake out breakout here, a little fake out breakout here, down, down, down. Hunter coin. Consolidating, I would still leave it as a near fail. That is very close to becoming a fail. Kyber Network Token was marked as a fail and has to remain as a fail, actually pushing down like it's going to go to new lows. I'm surprised to see all this weakness and these near fails and fails in the chart. I wasn't expecting it to be this deep. Library Credit was a buy signal, and it's still actually, yeah, clear that up. It's still a buy signal for this. It would still be a hold. If we had purchased it, we would still be holding it. It doesn't give us the near fail. Loom. Wow, that is as near fail as it can get without being a fail. Lisk, how are you doing? Also a fail, actually down below prior levels. So I have to mark that as a fail. Bummer. Litecoin, however, is actually looking like an alert because it is breaking above this little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and showing strength. Out of this, that's really great. And actually, that a break above that would be a buy. So if tomorrow that it's higher, we'll turn that to green. MadeSafe coin, ooh, near fail. Really took some hard selling. Mana, how are you doing? Oh, that's a fail. So it was building up of this little 1, 2, 3 bottom, actually kind of almost, and then down she went. So that's more fail days on that one. And this is looking pretty bearish, actually, when we keep adding up all of these. This one stays neutral just because it's not down below the number 3 point. So it's in between the 1, 2, 3. And I'll leave it as neutral, but you look at that. I have to explain why I'm leaving it as neutral. There's so many. And even though I marked this one as a fail, I'm going to move it back up to neutral. If it breaks above those levels, it'll be turning into an alert right away. Another market that's surprising me. Here is one that I will leave as a... I'm going to put it to a near fail because of how close it is down to those number 3 points inside its own little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. OMG was one of our first failing coins to break these levels and go down to new lows, and it's still looking terrible. Omni, I put it as a fail last time I went through, and I'll move it up to a near fail. But it's as close... Oh, so many close fails. Oh, this is actually looking neutral with a little green candle at the corner. Neutral is looking up. PPC, where are we? Oh. I gotta say that's a fail. Maybe near fail, but I'm gonna put it as a fail. Quantum. Near fail for sure. And... probably, you know, the last few days it should have been marked as a fail, not a neutral. Rep. All right, this is where some of the data was changed. This is off skew here, so this has to be actually... Okay, this is my data to fix here. I inserted a row, and it moved all of the data over, but not the colors. Smash up the likes, people. Hey, Send Crypto, good to have you along. So rep, that used to be a bunch of greens all the way along, and then it turned into a cold fish. At anyway, it's green right now. So if we had purchased in out of this bottom formation, as our studies were doing here, oh, maybe you can't see that. Let's continue on. I'll get that sorted out. I'm going to jump over to Siacoin. And Siacoin is, I'm going to have to put it as a near fail. SNT also really pulled back, and if this had been a buy, it would be turning into a cold fish now. And what is the letter I have to put in there? E. Steam. Okay, this one was a buy and also would be a cold fish now. You wouldn't want to be holding it. So this is a great example of trading in a trend, in a choppy market. You want to be moving your stop loss up behind your price all the way along and get out as soon as the market starts to turn around. In a trending market, you leave your stop loss way back by your entry, hoping that it just consolidates a bit and continues on. So when you're using your stop loss for a trending market, you will have these kind of opportunities that you buy in. Oh, it's great. And it comes back and you're stopped out at like barely any profit. And you have to start again. You have to be watching again now for another point to get into this market, because it will consolidate again. It will give us another entry point. Storage, this is one that I've been very excited about, and I'm going to put an alert on this. Might be a day early. I'm going to put it in neutral. Might be a day early on that. Now, STR has been a sell all the way along here, and it's still looking miserable. So I'm going to have to put that as a sell or a fail. Strat was a near fail last time and goes upgraded to a complete fail this time. Syscoin it was an alert and still stays an alert. It's still like it's building to go somewhere, all dressed up and someplace to go. Let's see. Viacoin has been an alert for a while, but I'm going to leave it as neutral for today. It's got to give us a little bit more strength. VTC, I was liking this chart formation, and I'm liking it even better. This is looking good. I will put it as an alert. Again, I like that chart. Counterparty was a near fail, XCP. Now it's I'll call it a fail. XEM, a surprise to me, came down all the way deep into fail territory. Deep. And this is one of the first of the coins that made a great bottom formation from August, September, October, November. Made some great ascending wedge triangle, was absolutely a favorite looking, and has just been pummeled way down below those lows. Let's zoom back to a long-term view. All right, so it's a bit of a dip. It's still not down below historical. We've been here before. But at any rate, in our spreadsheet, it's marked as a fail. And it's got a whole new bottom formation to build now. It's got to give us the 1, the 2, the 3. It's got to build it all. XMR, which I was expecting to be going down a lot sooner, is consolidating. And I don't know which way it's going to go. But right now, I'd call it a near fail. Just because it is... I can't. It's got to be a neutral. It's a little bit lower than that for a near fail. Prime coin, fail. And this one's been failing. Ripple. This killed a lot of people as it did these skewers down and then run up. I'm certain that if there was announcements about the people getting liquidated, this would have been many of them. But right now, the chart is neutral for our trading plan that we're trying to follow along with. And I'm not explaining much of it this time, just going through, and this is a fail. And ZRX, what are you? You are a fail as well. So really, now I know that when we add this up, and we are looking at our graph here now, it seems like most alts will suffer another 50 to 65% drop. I hope not. but it certainly is looking bearish according to this plan. So if I go through this now and update it, we can see that the neutrals increased quite a bit and the number of failed markets are a little bit lower. So I do have to go through all those color coding and double check that everything is correct on those. Not only just the color coding in the chart, but I want to double check the color sequence here I have in this market as well, so that I know that the colors match our legend along the side to the colors in the chart. So I have to change the chart background color, I guess, so that I can use gray for the neutral markets. Now the second thing we wanted to go over is, why would you call a Bitcoin breakout right now? And there's been a few trailers I've seen of people saying, here it comes, this is it, this is the big breakout. And what I've traded with is the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. You will know that by now. And so I look at it in all time frames. Whoops. I'm going to look at it in the 1 hour time frame now. Let's go to the 2 hour. Zoom back. Here is our 1, 2, 3 bottom formation on December the 15th, 16th, and 17th that we had as our initial 1, 2, 3 bottom formation breakout. Buy signal that was clear, clean, and as it took off out of this buy signal, it never looked back. It's taken all this time to come back and be retesting those levels at any kind of rate. And now we have another 1, 2, 3 bottom formation shaping up here. And this is setting up in the larger 1, 2, 3 bottom formation of the larger turnaround. So now we have a little 1, 2, 3, and we have a little 1, 2, 3 right here. And I want to zoom in a bit more. And zoom in a bit more. So now we're looking inside. Zoom back. We're looking at this 1, 2, 3. So we're going to zoom right inside so that we don't even see that circle. We're so close in. So on this zoom in, now I want to point out this little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation with this larger 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. And now we're creating a yet larger 1, 2, 3 at the same time. Now when I zoom back out and we start seeing all those circles within circles, we're starting to see those nested 1, 2, 3s nesting and nesting inside each other. I don't know if it's going to go higher from here, but all of those turnaround movements are really key. So let me go and show another example of Litecoin. And Litecoin on this day, let me zoom in here. We're looking at the 4 hour bars. So now this is the 1 hour bars. And we can see, if I grab the pencil tool, right here we have a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation that nested into a larger 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. And now we've nested into an even larger 1, 2, 3 that is just breaking out to the upside just a little bit. But you know, if I clear those circles, I'll see if I can do it without. Zoom in even more. So now we're looking at the 15-minute bars. I'm going to go back to this. Oh, and it won't let me pull it back far enough. So I have to look at the 1 hour bars. This is the smallest it'll let me do it. And so if we are doing something right now in Bitcoin like we've just been doing in Litecoin, and we're seeing these nested 1, 2, 3s build on top of each other, right at the point of a larger 1, 2, 3 point of a larger 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and we have all of these shaping up. That's all great stuff, and those are the kind of moments that I look for and watch for and watch for and watch for, is these 1, 2, 3 bottom formations. The more I know about them and understand how they work, and when the moving averages cross over and the trend line breaks and all that stuff, this is really the core simple trading plan that's all you need. So we'll see how this turns out after this. If you have any questions, if you have a specific market you'd like me to look at, I'd be happy to go and check it out now. So if I go over to Binance, and start looking at some of the top markets. I wanted to look at Link. I'm always looking at Link recently. So I still feels to me like Link is going to be coming back to the more. This is looking like a head and shoulders top formation. It could be a trend continuation, pull back, and it could go up from here. No way to know until it's starting to show strength above this or show weakness below. There's just no way to know. And I wanted to look at TRX. Because TRX is making a formation that I figured would be a top formation as well. So as it was breaking these levels, I was marking and saying, there's our top formation. We've got our double top. It's got a little 1, 2, 3 top formation showing weakness. Now breaks below these levels again would be another sell signal, another confirmation, like an add-on sell signal to this. Should it show strength and break above these levels, then it's a whole new game. But over the last week or so, we've been really focused on watching for trend line breaks of up move markets. So we've had some really great up move markets, really some nice profits. And in many of those markets, we were able to identify tops by the trend line breaks and when to take some of those profits and reevaluate. And that's the show for today. We are doing here is your Trololo trend line says we are at fair value. It'll be interesting to see how BTC will react to its current fair value. I don't know, fair value or that's sort of getting into the fundamental analysis, and it'd be interesting to read that stuff and find out what people are putting into it. All I look for is those 1, 2, 3 formations, and they have been astounding out of these markets here that we've already seen. And so I'm expecting more of that. So we saw this come down to a number 1 point, number 2, withdraw around, and then we had our buy signal right in here, up 100% or whatever, 100 and some percent on that. Really fantastic trade. Then we saw the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation shaping up here in the pullback. We got into Ethereum way back here. So our trade is nice and profitable unless you move your stop loss up and got kicked out. But now we're consolidating into another layers of 1, 2, 3s right here. So if Ethereum starts breaking above these levels, and Litecoin is breaking above its levels, and Bitcoin is breaking above its levels, then we are starting to dance. And here, this chart is one that I look at regularly. It's always up on one of my monitors. And we can see here Bitcoin is in a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation right here. Inside it, not proven yet. Ethereum is in a 1, 2, 3. Litecoin is in a 1, 2, 3. If these all three break out higher, I think that Stellar will pick back up as well. At the same time, these are consolidations in a downtrend. If they break lower than this, the trend is continuing. And then all of the cryptos, I do believe, are going to show us more blood. But this is, if there's going to be a turnaround, this is how it looks. This is how it begins. We have the 1, 2, 3s. We have an internal 1, 2, 3 shaping up, and then things start to break above that. And when they do, and we start to see those breaking above many of the other coins, and our chart starts to show that, we know it's time for full-on trade. Until then, we're just got to be only putting on a part of our trades right now until the market proves us correct. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't switch the scene back. So I was talking about these 4 charts here where Bitcoin is giving us the 1, 2, 3 bottom. Ethereum is giving us a 1, 2, 3 bottom. This is a 3, 2, 1 bottom, and we've got a sort of a consolidation and a trend continuation, larger 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here in Litecoin. So should these break higher, it's very good because of the shape of these formations. If they break lower, we're seeing more blood. Yeah, sorry about that, Fallon. And that's about it. We've reviewed everything in the charts. Just give us a quick review of everything. We've updated that spreadsheet so that we have the data. And now we are watching the markets again. Until next time, I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate those a great deal. And for those of you who subscribe to the channel, you'll be first to know when we go through the next bull market watch. Cheers, and all the best in your cryptocurrency trading.